really want to know if I could find my people. I know you keep going from job to job, career field to career field. You be changing your jobs every 2 to 3 years, trying to figure out why you're not happy no matter how many different career fields you go to. And yes, babes, I went through the same thing. If you don't know who I am, my name is Googie. I am the CEO of Turning Lemons into Lemon Drops. Learning these two things changed the way I go about how I find my jobs or how I view working. And I used to be the same way. I used to really cry for help and no one would be able to help me because no one has really been in my situation before, but I'm here to help you. Don't worry, just listen. Number one, I started to view working as an honor and a privilege. And because working is an honor and a privilege, that means it's also a pleasure. And number two, rest is mandatory, y'all. It is mandatory. They will try to tell you that you have to work for rest. No, you earn working. Working is a privilege. You need rest. Do you guys ever watch those influencers on YouTube that have a 9 to 5, but they seem so peaceful and happy? It's because they've learned to balance working and rest. Right when they come home, their brain shuts off from that day. That day is gone. We're on to rest mode. They have their 10-step skincare routine. They romanticize their dinner, their meal. They cuddle with their dog or their bae. Like, resting is mandatory so that they can fuel up for the next day. So as far as working being a privilege and an honor, I've noticed that when I have that mindset, I'm more excited to go to work because I know I feel so grateful to get to do my job every single day. And if you're in the state of still figuring out your passion, you're like, okay, but Googie, how do we do this? How do we figure this out? I always say work at a job that aligns with your love languages and that aligns with the kind of the lifestyle that you desire and that works with you. Some people like to work hard for high risk, high reward. Some people like a job where they can just turn their brain off at the job because they have their passion project once they, go home, the boring job that artists go for. Some people like jobs where they give, like nonprofits. It just depends. The important thing that we're trying to do here is to transmute the energy you feel of extreme anxiousness before you start your job that day, which I used to get all the time. When I took the bus, I would be so anxious the closer I got to my job. We're trying to transmute that energy of anxiousness into excitement and peacefulness. So one thing I've noticed when I hated my life and hated my job is that I had a lot of bad days. But y'all, bad days are just continuous bad moments throughout one day. Moments only are temporary. But when you keep experiencing moments that are triggering, that can make you have like a really bad day. And it's hard to get out of that mindset when you're already seeing so much in your 3D reality that just is not vibing with you. The biggest tip I can say is, what is triggering you about your job? What is triggering you? It could be the pay. But let's go deeper than just the money and the pay. Is it because the work level is not equating to the pay, so you feel undervalued? Is that what's triggering you? Is it because you're doing something that you don't feel passionate about? Is that what's triggering you? Is it because the job's morals don't align with your morals? Like for me, I can't work at a call center pandering to the elderly trying to sell them insurance. I just can't. No hate to people that do that and get their bag, their work from home jobs, but I felt so bad clocking in every day trying to sell these people insurance that they did not need, and they could barely even understand me on the phone because they were elderly. Like, I felt so bad. It did not align with my morals. That was like one of the most depressing jobs that I ever had, and it reflected into my 3D reality. It like spilled into my home life. It spilled into the way I went about my relationships, my friendships, because I was just like perpetually unhappy because every day I was not upholding my integrity and my morals. So that's something to extremely think about. When you have a job that fills you with honor or pleasure, say you like to clean and you get a job as a maid and you feel so proud. You know how when you're a kid and you clean your room and you look at the room, you're like, wow. If you get a job like that where you have integrity, you will never feel broke. You will never feel broke. Have you ever seen that person that loves a job down, like in Living Single with Overton? He loves his job. It's not the most high paying job, but he knows so much about it, and that is literally his dream job. That's how you get towards your dream job. It is inevitable that the bad moments will start to be less and less when you have a job that does not trigger you as much. Now, there are going to be bad moments, but like I said, a bad moment is just that. It is a moment, it is temporary, it will pass. But when you have a job that is triggering you all day, when you have a job that doesn't bring you pleasure, when you have a job that every time you wake up you dread it, when you have a job where you feel like, oh, I hate working, it's hard to work, I have to work, that's when you're not in alignment with that job. That's like a key sign. So if what I'm saying is really aligning with you, I'm so happy about that. I do have examples of different jobs that align with your love languages, how you guys can explore more about feeling more of a pleasure and a privilege to work. So if you want to see that, go follow my page. The video will be up soon. Oh, it will be up soon.